Now, when I first found out when Sony America was going to move its base to California, because that's where everyone likes to go, is to the freaking west of America. No one likes to go to the east and try to set up some economic advantages here for some freaking reason. I've already knew this spelled trouble. I don't know why, but something about the east side of America always spells trouble. It means it's like they completely represent everything that's the opposite of America. America is free speech. Do what you want, say what you want. Sure, expecting consequences, but go right ahead. Don't baby me. Let me do what I want. That's the point of America. And even if it sounds childish or immature, that's what made us so different from each other, from the rest of the countries. Now, as you all know, The Last of Us 2 came out. And to be honest with you, I don't care for Last of Us. I never did. My brother and sister likes it. I don't. Um, Naughty Dog used to be my favorite studio. It used to be my favorite studio during the time of Crash and Jack, and I did find the Uncharted series kind of entertaining, but not all that, in my opinion, because it didn't feel like the Naughty Dog I once loved. And it sucks how when you become a fan of a company when it first comes to be, and then when it gains some popularity, it becomes the exact opposite of what it once stood for it once was. And it's to the point where you're like, it's not recognizable anymore. It's not what you saw the company used to be. And it always betrays the original fans every time a company hits mainstream. They always, and I mean always, betray its original fan base every time. And aren't you tired of it? Every time you are a fan of a company, a franchise, a product that first rises up, you were there from the very beginning. It's rough times, it's good times, and then out of nowhere, that company that you support for so many years kicks you off to the curb or something else. Don't get me wrong, the Uncharted series in the first Last of Us game led to plenty of popularity and awards and financial backing for Naughty Dog, so I was happy for them. They weren't my favorite studio anymore, but not for bad reasons, because it's just they weren't making things I really cared about, you know? Despite all this, I still wish there was a new Jack game out, but so far Naughty Dog just refuses to do that. Even though Crash is getting a new game. That's right, Crash got announced for a new game, but Jack and Daxter can't get a new game. Whatever, man. Whatever. Anyways, I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about is the hypocrisy of Sony, is what I'm upset with. It's like every time a Japanese game comes here, and you know how California is with their ideals, they always do this. Oh, this is a disgrace against women. Censor, censor. Even though she's wearing a bikini, we're gonna censor it. They did it with Devil, Devil May Cry 5. They censored. They showed a light streak on PlayStation only. Anything that if you had a multi-platform game, and if it went to the Switch as well, that game would not be censored on the Switch, even though the Switch is a majority children's thing. You know why that game's not censored on the Switch? Because it's a rated M game. Those who should be playing that game are grown as people. So, what does that say to me, a grown ass person? You're babying me. Why are you censoring a game that's rated M? Rated T, sure, but if it's showing that kind of lewdness, it should be an M rating, if you ask me. So, why I, a grown ass person, have to be told what I can and cannot see? Or at least give me the option of whether I want to censor or not censor my stuff. You know, I'm old enough to drive, I'm old enough to drink, go into the military, do all kinds of other stuff. But for some reason, you think censoring Japanese video games is for the better of mankind, even when the Switch is not doing it. So, whatever, besides, most of the games I buy aren't that loot anyways, but still, the fact that I ever am interested in that kind of game, I have to get somewhere else. Probably on Twitch, I mean, on Steam, or I'm going to have to buy a Nintendo Switch in order to play that game instead of PlayStation. But then comes out The Last of Us 2, which I wasn't going to buy. I'm not into The Last of Us. I'm just not, okay? I'm not into zombie games that much like everybody else is. I don't care about them. Furthest I will go is Resident Evil, and that's really it. Then Zombie Chainsaw, Lollipop Chainsaw. But anyways, there is an actual sex scene in The Last of Us Part 2. An actual sex scene. And not only that, the person that's slamming the girl Abby that nobody likes looks just like the director, Neil. I knew nothing about Naughty Dog was going on Naughty Dog because I stopped paying attention to them for years. But apparently this guy took over from the actual good writer who left because of Neil. And it seems like the guy is so up himself that he even feel like he inserted his face while he's screwing Abby from behind. And everyone says, why the hell are we seeing this? Furthermore is, why wasn't this censored? Why was this even added? Worst of all, this was motion captured. So someone was doing the scene in real time. So that's what upsets everybody. Why is it that this is not censored? Why is it this is allowed? And it's angering people. You can see the bias, the hypocrisy of this company. Like, if you want the scene, sure, go ahead. Have the scene. But don't censor anything else, especially after the rated M rating. You shouldn't have the authority to censor something. And people are tired of it. In fact, it seems like anything that becomes Japanese comes here. The people in California who publish it, who curates it, always have to censor it. Change the dialogue. Localization. All that stuff. People are tired of it. They're tired of it. Why do you keep doing this? Just stop. You don't have to censor it. Especially if it's a rated M rating. What's the point of censoring? You censor things so that children don't look at it. But then again, why does a child have a rated M video game in the first place? Why is a child looking at a rated R movie? Because the parents allowed it. The parents allowed it, then let the child, that's them, that's their life. Same thing with rated M video game. The only person who should be playing a rated M video game are people like me, adults. That's the point of the rating system. So you don't need to put off the censors. I know what's there. I know what's going on. There's no point of putting censors on things when you are an adult. It makes no sense. And it makes no sense. But you know what's going on. It's just, a certain kind of people have snuck their way into geek culture. And now it's just they're spreading it, They care more about their ideals than the actual product. And it's ruining business for everyone. People are dropping things that they once loved and they're trying to find something else. Media and entertainment here in America is almost ruined because of this. And people are just tired of it. They're tired of always having the activists' ideals being pushed into their faces. We had enough of it. If we want to see it, we'll have a choice of whether we want to see it or not. Okay? If you ask me, this pushes people further away. Because when you shove something in people's faces too much, even if it's good or bad, they will come to resent it because you're forcing it upon them. One thing I learned about Americans is that we don't like things being forced upon us. We ourselves like to make decisions in a majority group vote. Because of that, this is going to come shooting your face, and I hope you get what you deserve, I hope you get what you shucking deserve, because you were warned, you know what you're going to do when this happened, so it's whatever, man. I'm not getting the game. I'll probably watch someone else play it, But that's it. Well, I hear the game's depressing because the creator was trying to be philosophical. Look, if you want to be philosophical, go freaking watch a Yoko Taro video game. Even if the gameplay isn't all that, the philosophy is still there. Even years ago, since freaking Dragon Guard 1 is more philosophical than this thing. What? The only thing philosophical about Last of Us? Oh, the cycle of hatred. Okay, we get it. Everyone is a butthole. Everyone is doing bad things. We do things to the point we numb the pain. Okay. We make it so edgy and gritty to the point it don't feel philosophical. It just feels edgy and gritty. Well, anyways, I played the Yoko Taro games. Dragon Guard 1 is a story where the heroes aren't good people. They have messed up habits. And the fact that they're the ones that we have to rely on to save our world is ironic. The main character gets turned on by killing people. One is a blind pedophile. One eats fetuses. All that stuff. Dragon Guard 3, the main character is a prostitute. One character gets turned on by dead corpses. One is a masochist. But that they are the saviors of our world. It's ironic how the bad guys, who are supposed to be bad guys, are the good guys in certain situations, meaning not every hero is pure. Which I enjoyed that concept. Nier Automata, the most philosophical game of the decade, shows a cycle of life and death, and free will, and what it means to be human, and so much more. That is a true philosophical game, Neil Cuckman. Your game, even though I haven't played it, I'm seeing it. I saw gameplay because I'm watching PewDiePie play it. I'm not impressed. So anyways, I'm going to end it here. I think my food is here. And I hope you guys have a good Juneteenth, if you guys know what that is. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon. This is the Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.